Welcome back to Money Talk Sports. This is Jonathan Laurent, okay, on the audio recording. So I want to welcome all the listeners today. Everybody, welcome all the fans. I want to thank you for your support. Now, this past week was a trade deadline. A lot of trades happened, and a lot of trades didn't happen. Okay, the Lakers, they pretty much went all out, trying to see whether or not they can accommodate, whether they can acquire Anthony Davis. But at the end of the day, New Orleans Pelicans felt like they must have felt that the Lakers tampered with Anthony Davis, so they didn't want to trade Anthony Davis to their team. And who could blame them? I couldn't blame them. I mean, you all ladies and gentlemen, everyone who listens, you all sports fans, so you know real life. If you had someone that you was going out with, and you was a female, and the other, your counterpart was a male, and he got you pregnant, a lot of women, would put you on child support. Okay, and this is definitely the case of in this situation here. I'm not saying it's the same, but New Orleans must have felt very strongly that the Lakers was tampering with Anthony Davis, and regardless of the cost, there's a reason why they pretty much made it at an unbelievable price. And they was like, if you want to do first 4-round picks along with all your players for Anthony Davis, we want to see you do it. And I don't even think they was really serious about. They just probably want to see how desperate they would be, how desperate the Lakers would show, what lengths they would go to acquire Anthony Davis. Okay, for all the sport fans, everyone who knows, the trade that the Lakers was offered, I actually heard some commentators, I'm not going to mention their names, some journalists, some senior sport writers who actually stated that the pieces that the Lakers had as asset were not as valuable for Anthony Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to dispel that. Okay? For a team to offer you 2 first-round draft picks, okay, and along with the players. Now, the players, understand that the players themselves was drafted in the first round, and they do have first-round talent. Okay, I've seen so many different analysts stated that in time they believe that Lonzo Ball would be a superstar or a star player in this league. I heard from time and time again from countless players who played in the league, countless analysts who watched the league and surveyed the league, journalists who stated that they felt like Kyle Kuzma would be a great number 2 and probably a number 3 player talent on the championship roster, on this championship roster with the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma, ladies and gentlemen, was drafted in the late round, in the first round. Okay? Lonzo Ball was drafted number 2 overall in the first round. And then I heard we go down to the last one, Brandon Ingram. Okay? So a lot of people this season been watching, and everybody been watching, everybody been wanting to see, okay, how does Brandon Ingram fit with the Lakers? How does Brandon Ingram fit with playing with LeBron? And up to this point, everyone I've been seeing, commentators from The Herd, Skip, Shannon Sharp, Skip Bayless, okay, Shannon Sharp, and a lot of commentators who states that Brandon Ingram, they feel, is not going to be a star in this league. And then I heard from other countless players who feel that Brandon Ingram will be an all-star and will be a star in this league. They just feel that the style of play, playing outside of LeBron, stunts his growth, being that. Everyone said that. Countless of analysts said that. That LeBron going to a younger team is going to stunt their growth. So if you were a type of player that, you know, your ceiling would have been an all-star or a superstar, being that you playing with LeBron, especially the type of player, if you're a player that can actually get your own shot, it's harder to play with LeBron. Countless journalists been stating that. Countless players been stating that. Countless past players who played in the league been saying that Brandon Ingram on a different roster would have a great chance of being a star or even an all-star in this league. Okay, Brandon Ingram was picked number 2 overall in the first round. So you have to tell me, okay? So now the Lakers offered 2 first-round draft picks and 3 players who was actually drafted in the first round, so they first-round talent. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not about having talent is everything. You can't find talent. That's the reason why the NBA pay millions of dollars for the best athlete that plays on earth. They don't just go here in the US and say, hey, I'm gonna go in every corner and find the best player. No, the NBA have scouts that goes to Congo, Africa. They go to Australia. You know, they go to France, Paris, and get elite players. Okay, so they go to China to get players. Ladies and gentlemen, the league that we play here, the NBA, scouts, finds players, the best players on planet Earth. If you're out there, they looking for you and they pay millions. So when you talk about Brandon Ingram, this guy is one of the top 400 players in the world. And you can cut it in half and say top 200 because he was drafted in the first round. And when you see him play, he is better than half of the league. So, and a lot of people, so now you tell me you have a total of 2 draft picks, 3 first round players that was drafted in the first round. And the Pelicans stated that they wanted 4 first round draft picks. Well, I just counted 5. And that's not even including all the other players that the Lakers was throwing in. Now, if everyone was paying attention to what just happened in football this past season, okay, Oakland Raiders had Amari Cooper on their roster. Oakland Raiders also had Khalil Mack on their roster. And John Gruden pretty much said, you know, Khalil Mack, yeah, I understand what you did, but yeah, we're not gonna pay you. We're not giving you a contract. You're not worth all that. They traded Khalil Mack to the Chicago Bears. Now, Dallas Cowboys didn't have a wide receiver. Dez Bryant, they made sure that they went part ways with Dez Bryant during the off season. Okay, they went in the league without a true number 1, no number 1 wide receiver on their roster. They got the record 3-5. Dallas Cowboys got the 3-5, and they was talking about firing their head coach. Everyone said that their quarterback, Dak Prescott, cannot play in this league. They said pretty much that Dak Prescott was not a winner. He was not worth getting paid any money. Pretty much that's what they say. And mind you, they was 3-5, so two games under 500, without really any legitimate talent at the wide receiver position, other than Cole Beasley, who's a slot receiver. So over here, in the meanwhile, you have Oakland Raiders. They actually going back and forth and pretty much saying that Amari Cooper. I don't like. John Gruden came out and said, I don't like his demeanor as a football player. He don't really fit the bill as far as what I consider a top prospect as far as being a wide receiver. So mind you, John Gruden already traded Khalil Mack, and now he's in the process of trading, Amari Cooper, because he don't like his demeanor. I don't like him. He's too quiet. That's not how a wide receiver is supposed to act. Well, here over on the other side in the Midwest, you got Dallas Cowboys, so they actually need a wide receiver. And Jerry Jones, the businessman, the astute businessman that he is, get in contact with the Oakland Raiders. Say, what are we going to do to make the trade happen? So Oakland Raiders, they say, we're not releasing him unless you give us a first-round pick. Jerry Jones said, oh my, I'm not giving you no first-round pick. How about a second? And I'll take a second or fourth. But Jerry Jones, as I mentioned, did you hear the point where I said astute businessman? I remember one time Jerry Jones, I was in Dallas for 17 years, and I heard Jerry Jones say, the key about business is you gotta be quick when making decisions. So Oakland Raiders said, look, we're not moving from this first round pick. If you want him from our roster, we gotta do it. Jerry Jones knew going into it that Amari Cooper is a first round talent. Jerry Jones been around some of the best wide receivers that ever played the game. So when it comes to wide receiver, Jerry Jones, he know that they come in all shapes and sizes. Dallas Cowboys, ladies and gentlemen, they had Miles Austin, which was a very, very good wide receiver. They had Michael Irvin, which is a Hall of Fame without a doubt, out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He's one of the greatest players that ever played the game. Dez Bryant was a very, very good wide receiver. And Jerry Jones seen wide receivers all shapes and sizes. Cole Beasley. Look at wide receiver. When you look at the wide receiver position, and you look at Dallas Cowboys, and you can go down a list of wide receivers for years and years and years, even when they was doing bad. Terrell Owens. Jerry Jones was able to get them on their roster, or he was able to breed them on their team. Jerry Jones knows about wide receivers. So Jerry Jones go ahead and say, okay, I'll give you this first round draft pick for Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper come to a 3-5 team. They end up going with Amari Cooper to the playoffs. The Dallas Cowboys go to the playoffs to win the division in their conference. Win the division title. Win a playoff game. And you have to ask right now, a lot of people, they're looking at that first round draft pick and they're like, you know what, that was worth it. Dallas Cowboys did that. Jerry Jones made that trade. So I know a lot of people are saying, well, that's just one situation. Well, a lot of people also said that D'Angelo Russell, played on the Lakers, Los Angeles Lakers. Wasn't really that good, wasn't really showing any promising talent, went to the East, playing for Brooklyn right now, is balling out, and currently is going to be an all-star in the Eastern Conference. First round talent. Okay. You got right now, there's so many things you can talk about. But one thing you cannot buy, you can't find talent in the NBA. That's the reason why they seek them out all over the planet. You want talent? Draymond Green, he was drafted in the second round. That's talent. Okay? So if you tell me that the Lakers is offering you 2 first-round draft picks, I don't care what pick, but they in the first round. You can pick talent in the first round. You pick talent in the second round. Donovan Mitchell was picked last year. A lot of people felt like Ben Simmons was the rookie of the year. I felt Donovan Mitchell was the rookie of the year. I don't think that sitting out a year qualifies you. I think they need to change that rule. I don't think sitting out a year qualifies you for rookie of the year. I think Donovan Mitchell was the true rookie of the year last year and he got robbed. Everybody knows it. He was drafted in the first round, but it was mid-draft pick. Draft number 13. In the first round. Okay? Isaiah Thomas, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not talking about the Hall of Famer Isaiah Thomas. I'm talking about the player Isaiah Thomas who played for Sacramento. I'm talking about the player who got traded from Sacramento and went to Phoenix, where he balled out. Traded from Phoenix and went to Boston, where he balled out. I'm talking about Isaiah Thomas, ladies and gentlemen, who his sister passed away and he dropped 50 points, 50 plus points in a playoff game. Isaiah Thomas, ladies and gentlemen, was the last player drafted in his draft. Ladies and gentlemen, I guarantee you this. If I had an Isaiah Thomas on my roster, yeah, I understand that Isaiah Thomas didn't fit with playing with LeBron. But Isaiah Thomas is a very, very good player in the NBA. Now, if everybody listening to me and you find out, okay, well, the Pelicans, they wanted a lot. The draft that the Lakers was giving, there was not sufficient. I disagree. Well, the draft picks that the Lakers was going to be giving them was going to be high draft picks in the first round. ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. Golden State, as constructed, when they constructed their team, they had Steph Curry. Didn't win no championship. They had Klay Thompson. Didn't win no championship. But then, ladies and gentlemen, they got Draymond Green. Draymond Green, and I know a lot of people who watch sports don't focus on college basketball, don't focus on a lot of college sports, so they don't really know what goes on in college. I do. Draymond Green was getting triple-double when he was playing basketball, college basketball at Michigan State. I'm looking at Draymond Green, I'm like, man, this guy is going to be a star. He gets drafted to Golden State in the second round. I don't know if you heard me loudly. I don't know if you hear me clearly. But ladies and gentlemen, he got drafted in the second round. Now, when Draymond Green got drafted, he was the piece that turned the tides. If you notice, I don't know, a lot of people been paying attention. Draymond Green was playing off the bench. Going back and forth. Because they actually had Harrison Barnes on the team at the time. So they didn't know, okay, how he was going to come off, And then next thing you know, Draymond Green showed that he was a player. He made that team, brought that team together. He was the glue. And that's the reason why he's still here today with Golden State. You know, I remember going into the draft, actually a few weeks before the draft, one of the well-known analysts, Skip Bayless, I got to give props to him, but he was wrong on the pick. He was wrong. He stated that Golden State Warriors was going to trade Draymond Green to make sure that they're securing Kevin Durant. And it didn't happen. And you know why it didn't happen? Because it cannot happen. You cannot trade the glue and think that everybody's going to stay together and play together as a championship. Draymond Green is a good player. A very, very good player. He won 3 championships. Played in 4. Won 3 out of 4 years. And if he goes to another team and wins another championship, I believe that Draymond Green will be a Hall of Famer. I heard a lot of analysts states that Draymond Green is not that good of a player, but they don't really know. Draymond Green, he'll be 1 championship on a different roster to show that he's going to be a Hall of Famer. They win another championship this year. I won't be surprised if he be in a Hall of Fame or not. So it's gonna be, you know, because right now a lot of people, what Klay Thompson doing by being really solidifying himself as probably one of the greatest shooters that ever played in the game. He's making sure that you cannot keep him out of the Hall of Fame, of the Basketball Hall of Fame. He's doing some great things. So I just wanted to talk. This is my audio podcast. Okay, Money Talk Sports. Okay, a lot of people want to know, okay, so what's going to happen right now? Okay, we talked about the trade, talked about draft picks, but at the end of the day, I know a lot of people, some of my fans, you know, they send in their comments, and I will appreciate you for that. If you're listening, please subscribe to my channel. You know, if you like the content, I really appreciate subscribe to my channel. Click the like, click the bell, the notification, so when I put out new products, okay, and everybody can follow along and definitely call in whenever they have a chance. Money Talk Sports, Jonathan Laurent.